The magic of wine is the history of France. Once upon a time, in a beautiful French village, there lived Jean, a young winemaker. Jean learned to make wine from a young age and delivered delicious wines to the villagers every year. However, there was a big secret in their wines. It was because the wine he made had a mysterious magical power. One afternoon, when Jean was squeezing grapes as usual, an old woman who lived on the outskirts of the village approached. In the village she was known as a witch and no one approached her, but Jean was not afraid and called her. "Oh, hello, what's wrong?" The woman looked at Jean and said in a low voice, "I look for magic wine, and I feel the power I look for in the wine you make." Jean was surprised. "Because I didn't know my wine had magical powers. But I'm just a craftsman, I don't do anything special." The witch laughed a little and said, "Your wine has a power that you have not yet understood." "I know, and I'll teach you how to use that power," he said. Jean was intrigued by the words and followed the witch. Her house was filled with old scrolls and strange tools, making it seem like a magical world. The witch handed Jean a jar. It was a crimson wine in an old glass bottle. "Drink this. This wine has the power to see the future, attract love, and heal people. However, if you misuse it, it will lead to sadness." The witch warned. Jean decided to try some of the wine. Then, a dazzling light unfolded before him, and visions of the future emerged one after another. "The first thing I saw was a scene where villagers were gathering and talking happily. After that, the wine he made brought happiness to many people, and the scene of the prosperous people appeared. However, in the next vision, he saw Jean consume too much of his own wine and the people suffering. His heart was so excited that he abused the magic of wine and brought misfortune to the village. This is the magical power of wine," said the witch in a low voice. "If used incorrectly, no matter how great the power, it will cause destruction." Jean engraved those words in his heart. "I know how to use this power, and I will use it correctly for people's happiness." The witch smiled contentedly and said, "You are intelligent, so I entrust you with this power," he said. Then, the bottle of wine remained in Jean's hand, and the witch gently disappeared. Then Jean changed his winemaking. When making wine, he put his heart into it, pouring love and kindness into every drop. He also carefully shared the wine with the villagers and did his best to make everyone happy. The village gradually prospered and Jean's wine gained fame. However, he never abused his power and always put people's happiness first. Eventually, Jean continued to make wine even in his old age, and was loved by the villagers. Its wines have a flavor that has remained unchanged over the centuries and have become a symbol of the prosperity and happiness of the people. And even now, the wine made by Jean is passed down to the village, and the winemakers who inherited his heart continue to carefully guard his magical power. That's all.